All right.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Giovanni Gonzalez, and today, these days, we hear about video games, and most of us think of, probably when we think of people we label as gamers, we think of probably weirdos stuck in their chairs, with glued to their controls. But let me tell you something. The gaming industry is actually booming, and it has universal success. And let me tell you why. As for example, these games, such as Shadow of Colossus, which is often proclaimed as an example of an art, video games as an art form. Well, and the game that parents love to hate, Grand Theft Auto 5. Now, which has actually broken 7 world records, including raising over $1 billion in sales in just 3 days. Yes. Now, video games, they're devices that we put into a console that we play in the virtual world, and gamer is just a label that people identify themselves with as someone who's enthusiastic about playing games. Now, as a patron of video games, I would consider myself a gamer. And now, next, I'm going to tell you the history of video games and why I consider myself a gamer. You'd probably be surprised to learn that the concept of video games was actually dates back as early as the 1950s. However, debate still rages over what is considered the first video game. No one can tell yet, but their success hasn't found success until November 24th, 1972, with the release of Pong. How many of you are familiar with Pong? I mean, have you heard of it or maybe played it? No. Since then, they've been enjoying success. They become very, very popular. Most of you have probably played Mario, or maybe you have the current models, PS4s or Xbox Ones. But some of the video games are actually experienced to enjoy. You probably just think of them as tools for a hobby, just something to forget about the day. Sure, but you do experience, at least, if not fun, then also experience the story that video games can tell. Now, since I already gone over the history, I'm going to tell you why I identify myself as a gamer. For one thing, I consider them to be a form of art. Even though it's been legally recognized as creative works, but debate still rages over whether they should be art. But I don't care what the critics say, I consider them art. Seriously, how can you look at this and I consider it art?
Seriously.
Anyway, when I was a little boy, I used to watch my sisters play and their friends play video games, and I would see them having fun, and I just wanted to join in, and not long after that, we've been playing It was a regular thing. But eventually they stopped. But me, no, I didn't. So they knew that. So they decided to get me a PlayStation 2. And well, since then, I've I've been enjoying it. I mean, it's become a daily activity for me. I would play games frequently. I even keep tabs on video games I'm interested in, and amass myself quite the collection. And now that I told you the history and why I consider myself a gamer, well, I hope that in this speech, at the end of this speech, you have learned at least why the gaming culture, it's pretty phenomenal. And I know many of you probably have your own hobbies that you really enjoy. Just savor the moment. Thank you.